Hello, beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. Look at that, Starlight is. Yes, I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight is. And yes, what a beautiful time of the year. Wow, this is when more people come out at this time because of how beautiful it is. You know, some people can't handle the heat, you know, and they like to come out this time of the year because it's cooler and they can handle the heat, the cool air instead of all that heat. So anyway, I love you so much, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi to Starlight by leaving me a comment down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family, your friends, a cat, a dog, and you can also check out my playlist. Plus, find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. I want to say a big, huge thank you to all of you who are out here loving and supporting Starlight, watching her videos, subscribing to my channel, leaving me a comment down below, sharing my videos, or even watching my videos, or giving me thumbs up. Thank you so much. So today's video is about you. Yes, you are protected. You are protected. You know, and this is so important to understand. Like, are you living for God? Well, God's got your back. You are protected. And I do. I pray for prayer. I pray every day about my protection when I drive. When I'm in my car at nighttime, I am praying that God would put his archangels around me to protect me, like in the daytime, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, you know, put a shield of protection around me. And at nighttime, you know, to pray for Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and Archangels of Violet Flame to put a triple shield of protection around of gold and violet flame around my space when I sleep at night. And I'll tell you what, I am protected. I am protected. I am protected. I am safe. That's another way of making sure, you know, God is going to protect you. You know, you ask for help, you ask for safety, and God will give it to you. And so, like I said, those I am affirmations is I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. And you know, you need to believe that you're safe and protected, and God will protect you. You know, that is why it's so important to pray for protection and ask God to protect you with the archangels of light. Archangel Michael will protect you, Archangel Raphael or Archangel Metatron. You know, you could find out more about those angels, you know, and I'll tell you what, on this journey here, shit could have happened many times on this journey, but because I pray, I am protected. You know, there was things that were set out to destroy me, and I am safe, I am protected. God protected me, the angels protected me. Long time ago when I was in Florida, I was driving through, and I'm amazed, you know, I am alive right now because, you know, I believe, I can't prove it, but I believe that somebody shot at my car window and it busted my whole, it sounded like a gun. That's what I thought it was. And my whole driver's window just it just splattered all over me, you know, it just scattered all over, busted just like that. And, I actually had insurance, and they covered that because of the glass. But you know, the people that fixed my car, when it, you know, it was covered, you know, to fix my car because my insurance is that the people that fixed my car, they would ask me, you know, the glass company, well, how did this happen? And I told him my story. I thought I heard a gun, and my window just scattered all through my car. Pieces of glass hit my face and on my body and stuff like that. And it was all tiny little pieces of glass. It took a long time to get all that out of my car. And I could have gotten in a car accident because I'll tell you what, and I seen the guys, they were looking right at me, in shock, and, I don't know how that happened, but it is definitely possible that somebody did shoot at my car window, and it scared the blank out of me, and I could have gotten in a car accident just because of the shock of it all. But I am protected, and the people, they asked me how it happened, and I told them, and I looked online, I even called people up on the side of the road, and I didn't know what I was supposed to do, because I thought somebody did really shoot at my car, and I was trying to do like a report, but they didn't do anything about it. And but the people that work on windows all the time, and when I explained my story, and so I Googled, I'm like, how could you, like, how could a window just pop open? And so online it said, like, in Florida, if it's super, super hot out, and there's days that was really super hot out, that if you had your windows rolled up, and then you got in your car, and then you put your AC on, and that cold temperature from the hot and the cold, it could bust, the window out. But that was not the case. I didn't even have AC. And when I was driving, that window I had to have that window open to be able to breathe. So, that window was halfway open so I can get the air in while I'm driving. So, but every time I get behind the wheel, I do pray, for protection. So if you need protection, believe me, you got to trust and believe that you are going to be safe, and you will be safe. But, you can pray for yourself, and like I pray for other people, everywhere I go, depending on what I see and what's going on. But the power of prayer is very powerful, and you got to trust and believe and know that you are safe. So there's other things that happen on this journey here that nobody knew except for maybe one person out there, is that, I've slept at nighttime, and I did pray for protection and around my car, where I've had a man that was intoxicated, had to, that's why they call it wine and spirits, while he was at a bar, and I didn't know because I was sleeping, where a man that was drunk, was drawn to my car and started attacking my car. And he was possessed with something because he drank too much alcohol. And I was protected, Starlight had to honk her horns, and I had the windows open. Anything could have happened to me, but I am protected. And, so I honked the horn. I rolled up my window so quick. And there was a security guy that was walking around and doing his rounds in that area, and that's why I felt safe there, because I seen that man every night in that area. And so the security guy, he was like right there. He was right there, and he chased that guy out. The guy had an issue because of my license plate. He saw my sticker on my car, and he was freaking out. He was banging on my hood of my car, and there's other things that's happened on this journey that only one person knows about, where I've had other people, around my car on these travels. So, the other thing is about being safe is God gave us a spirit of a sound mind, not a spirit of fear. So God didn't give us a spirit of fear. But outside, when you don't trust things and you get afraid, that's when you're drawing things in, is that you got to let love guide you, not fear. If you're always afraid of something, then you're bringing that energy, you're bringing that fear energy out, and it's going to draw things in that you don't want in your life. So you got to let love guide you, not be afraid. I do the I am affirmations. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I am letting go of fear. I am letting go of fear. I am letting go of fear. I am facing my fears. Instead of running away, I am facing my fears. I am facing my fears. Those are very powerful to do. And that's why it's so important, the kind of people, who are you hanging out with? There's some people, I knew some people a long time ago, they were afraid about everything. But that person there, they did so many bad, evil spells on other people, that stuff was getting sent back to them, and they lived in fear all the time. They were afraid of this, they were afraid of that, because that's what they were bringing back into their life, because they wanted to hurt other people. They wanted to take from other people. They didn't want to work for it. They wanted to take it. They wanted to steal it from you every which way they could. They wanted to use people, and control people, and trying to go out, and hurt people with their words and putting spells on people. Well, that stuff has a way of affecting them without them even realizing it, and a lot of people know if you do witchcraft or black magic or whatever you want to call it, that stuff is going to come back, but a lot of times people forget that. They don't think it's going to come back. It's going to come back, and so anyway, I love you so much. I really hope you get a lot of help from this video, and you could pray for your family, but you got to be careful the kind of people. Are you around people that are always afraid, and that's why you got to protect your kids, protect your kids, make it, have safe boundaries for them. But mom, dad, you got to have safe boundaries for yourself. If you're bringing all this bad energy in your house, you're really asking for a lot of bad things to come in your house, because if you're not really being thoughtful of the kind of people you can bring in your house, they can bring stuff in your house without you being aware of it, and it could really hurt your family in so many different ways. So be cautious of the kind of people that you hang out with, and the kind of music that you listen to, where you go, and all that stuff. You can easily pick up spirits out there all around. They're everywhere, even in the church. Don't think that the church is safe to go into and thinking, hey, nothing's going to happen to me, because believe me, they come to the church, so you got to protect yourself. And if you need protection, God will protect you, but you got to do your work, and be mindful of the kind of people that you spend time with, because if you're around the wrong environment and the people, it's going to bring in energy, and it could mess everything up. So I love you so much. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave me a message down below, beep, 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 and you could share this video with your family, your friends, a bird, a monkey, and you can check out my playlist. Plus, you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all. Namaste. Peace.